Excuse me, bitch. This is Royal Realm Radio.
Royal Realm Radio?
Whoa, Bobby, it's Royal Realm Radio.
Royal Realm Radio.
Chico, this is Royal Realm Radio.
Mr. Krabs, it's Royal Realm Radio.
Hi, Demon. It's Royal Realm Radio.
Jack, it's Royal Realm Radio.
This is Royal Realm Radio.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Royal Realm Radio. We got Mars motherfucking Hall here today.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Just chilling. Had a bunch of bullshit to do. So, one of the first questions I'm gonna ask you: do you really think you're taller than Cartoon?
Yes, I'm at least an inch and a half taller than Cartoon. I may be stretched a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and say an inch. I'm an inch taller, no doubt. No doubt.
I told him that's the first thing I'm gonna lead off with. I'm like, I'm gonna ask him if he think he's taller than you. And a question from Cartoon was, does your pee-pee touch your butthole?
Unfortunately, it doesn't, so I'm not able to fuck myself.
I'm thinking that's where he was going with that.
I know where he was going with that. I know where he was going.
He said that shit. I was like, bro, really? So let's start off real simple. Like, how did you get your name, Mars Hall? I'm pretty sure I know how, but
my name is Marshall, so that's like my birth name, and I just kind of took Marshall and put a space in between Mars and the Hall, and that's how I came up with Mars Hall.
He said real simple, like.
Well, I mean, it really is though. But it's also extremely unique because, like, I don't know no one that's ever done some shit like that.
I haven't until you.
Right.
So, what pursued you to do a career in hip hop? Or do you even consider yourself hip hop? Did you freeze?
So
you're frozen on my
rocker, rapper, whatever, right? But what made me really get into it was I started having health problems when I was working at Indiana Packers, and that kind of just made me realize we only get one opportunity, we only get one chance. You know what I mean? Like some Eminem shit, like. This is only one shot. You know what I mean? Like
he going straight to the Eminem.
Right. Like you either take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Either actually take this life seriously or you just play games your entire life and just think everything's a game and a joke. But in all reality, like there's dreams out here that you can really achieve. You just gotta put the work in to make it happen.
Now
that's why I just started doing it, you know?
That's your full-time job, right? Is you do music full time?
Yeah, I do this for a living for 4 years now. For 4 years, I've been doing this for a living.
I mean, you got to be doing all right though.
You would think so, but it's not like all right, so let me put it like it's a job. Like I can't stand when people say that, oh, go get a real job or whatever, because like this is more of a job than most jobs that you would ever have. Because I'm doing everything. I mean, maybe not every artist, but me personally, I do everything myself. I make my own merch. I record the shit here at home. You know what I mean? I send it off to the mixing, mastering, get that paid for, pay for graphics and cover art and all that professional. Get everything professionally done and then drop it, in which I also pay for DistroKid, which is my distribution. And then, you know what I mean? I do everything myself. So, like, just that alone is hard work, not to mention doing the shows and getting people to buy tickets.
Especially them shirts, bro. Them shirts are tedious as fuck.
Yeah, especially if you're using vinyl. If you're using vinyl, that shit is definitely tedious.
What, do you be using vinyl or you screen printing shit?
So we're getting some Mars and the Boys screen prints made. and I've had some Mars Hall screen prints made when I first started. But when I make them myself, I just use vinyl.
All right. So, how do you approach writing your lyrics? Do you draw from personal experiences, or do you explore fictional narratives?
I would say I like the creativeness of being able to use my words to express whatever the fuck I want type shit. Like like I'm really angry. Like I'm a very angry person, and I use like my violence in my lyrics. Like I'm not able to do that in real life because I'll go straight to prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I ain't
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
not
just put it
something
in
we
my
all want to
music.
do.
I just put it in my music of what I want to do or what I'm thinking, or you know what I mean. It's just an outlet for me to release my anger, basically.
I mean, I feel that because I think that's why we butted heads. We're both angry people.
So I was right. So I would say it's a mixture of both real and fictional because you know what I mean the shit that I say in my head that I want to do that's more fictional, but it's not. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
like real
something I
life
can.
experiences, but you amp it up a little bit.
Right. Well, don't get me wrong. I have songs that are just straight real life. You know what I mean? Like sober
Yeah,
up or what you know. You know what I mean? All about the struggle and you know what I mean what it
yeah.
takes to actually work and grind and get to where you want to be in life. Shit like that.
What's your favorite song that you've done so far?
Ooh, that's. I'm gonna say probably sober up. If not sober up, what you know is probably my most popular song.
I would say that one's it's got lyrics and it's catchy. And when you can both do both of those things in a song, that's a hit.
Yeah, that's true. I got some really good songs. I would say I got. I think "Bad" is a really good song. I'd say that's like my radio play song, and if not that one, the country song I did with Jeff Bowman Music.
I thought you were gonna talk
Good
about
night.
that. I thought you were gonna talk about Royals because I really fuck with Royals. You cold blooded in tune.
Oh, you talking about on the Mars and the Boys album?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think my favorite one on the Mars and Boys album is either "Nothing to Me" or "Hard Times." Either
Oh,
I don't know. I really like the Sober Up remix as well.
yeah, we gotta get into nothing to me and later when I ask you about artists. Because there's one artist that surely thinks that whole song and video is about him.
I'm sure there is. A lot of people, a lot of haters or whatever you want to call them, they feel entitled, and that's just what it is.
I feel like when you put a generally speaking statement, it's really what it is. Like you could take it however you want. And some people took that fucking song however they wanted to and thought it was about them.
That's exactly kind of what we were going for. We are kind of you know speaking to a general crowd of audience that were acting a certain type of way. Like it was more of a if the shoe fits, wear it type song. You know what I mean? If you get offended, good because it was meant for you.
Motherfuckers is lacing their shoes up, bro. So, how do you think your style or sound sets apart from other artists?
uh, I think just being unapologetically myself, just being me, I think that sets me apart from a lot of people because I feel like a lot of artists are trying to be this artist or trying to be another person or trying to be something that they're not. When all you have to do to succeed in this life is just be yourself.
I 100% agree with that. I feel like when you start trying to be the other rappers that you hear is when it starts getting kind of weird.
Right, because you have to have your own sound. That's what makes you you. Once you find your sound, there you go. You got your pocket. But I would say you don't want to stay in that same sound. You want to push your boundaries to see what you're capable of and see what you can do.
Yeah, I try to do a little bit of everything too. You ever try to dabble in some trap metal?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything. I've even done some R&B type shit.
I want to hear Mars Hall fucking R&B.
Yeah, look up bedroom. It's my old shit.
Yeah.
It's like my girl and I don't know. Like it's like more like singy type shit.
So what are your biggest musical influences in like any genre? You could do
Led
hip hop,
Zeppelin.
but like Oh, he said Led
Led
Zeppelin number
Zeppelin gets
one
down.
off the rip.
Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Juice WRLD, obviously Eminem, Lil Wayne. I like a lot of Jelly Roll.
I used to like Wayne back in the day. I feel like he was better
Like,
back in the day.
yeah, the most of my influence though when it comes to hip hop is definitely Eminem and Wayne. Being my name, being Marshall, you know what I mean? That was just, I don't know, for some reason I just felt like he was, every time he was rapping, like I related to him type shit. So I just idolized that.
Y'all had the same name. Y'all
Yeah,
had
like
the
I
same
memorized
name.
every single lyric, and I just, that's kind of what got me into rapping. Not to mention 8 Mile. Like you can't watch 8 Mile and not be like fucking moved by that movie. Like that
Yo,
shit's crazy.
when I have like no inspiration, I put on shit like either like 8 Mile or my favorite group is the Wu-Tang, and I watch their series, and that just kind of gives me the motivation to write.
I have
Those
yet to see that. I need to watch it. I've been meaning to.
so
I'm
good.
real big on
It's so
a lot of
fucking good.
like that. Like I really like what was it? Notorious, All Eyes on Me.
Yep. Straight out of Compton.
I like Straight Outta Compton. Walk the Line. That was a really good one.
That was bro. Walk the Line is out of pocket. That movie was so good.
Hey, but what you know about that Walk Hard though?
The Dewey Cox story.
That's so funny. That's one of my favorite comedy movies.
Yo, Homeboy is one of my favorite comedians.
I think my favorite one is The Other Guys. That's probably my favorite comedy movie.
I mean,
I love that movie.
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
It's
But anything Will Ferrell, anything that he touches, I think is genius.
Yes. Yeah. Will Ferrell is definitely one of my favorites. I'd say Jim Carrey is a close second.
Yeah.
And then Adam Sandler.
Jim Carrey woke as fuck.
He plays like we don't even exist.
Yeah. That dude's fucking crazy, bro. Like, but what do they say? Crazy motherfuckers or smart motherfuckers sound like crazy motherfuckers, right?
But the crazy shit's really the truth. Right. The crazy shit's really the truth. He got up on Jimmy Kimmel, I think it was. He was like,
yeah. He's like, you know what that is, Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy. You don't know what that is? That's the all mocking tongue of the Illuminati. Motherfucker fried.
Bro, I fuck with him, Orlando Brown, because like Orlando Brown be like, if you listen to Orlando Brown, bro,
he was talking about Diddy before they even knew about Diddy.
And you gotta sift through his crazy shit to hear that shit though.
Yeah, you gotta read through his code. He's got like codes and shit.
Right. I bet loved Orlando Brown. Everybody's like, no, he's just crazy. I'm like, I don't think so.
What I find is crazy is the whole Nickelodeon thing. How they got the pedos in Nickelodeon, and like they don't talk nothing about Disney. Like if they got that shit in Nickelodeon, they
got that shit in Disney.
They got that shit in Disney.
It's Hollywood. It's just little kid Hollywood. It's the same shit.
It's anything that's mainstream on the TV or in your entertainment industry. In my opinion, like
no, I fully agree. Anything to do with that, there's some weird shit going on.
It's so much weird shit. Like I watched the Isaac Cappy thing where he was like friends with what's his name? Seth Green. Seth Green, he's like the voice of Chris from Family Guy and shit.
And he does Robot Chicken and all that too.
Yeah, he does Robot Chicken and a whole bunch of shit. And he's a straight up pedo.
Seth
straight
Green?
up fucking child molester, bro. And then Isaac Cappy, yes, bro, you don't know about that? Isaac Cappy was trying to expose it, and then he got silenced real quick.
And I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I stay up on that, and I liked Seth Green. I liked him up until you just told me that.
We all watch Family Guy. We all watch Family Guy. Like you one episode of Family Guy, and then you're sitting there. Then you got to think like, damn, this motherfucker straight touches children. He straight does shit to children. Who knows what he does? Who knows what he does to keep the spot that he's at? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, bro. It's crazy. It's a weird ass world we live in.
I mean, especially down to I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'm like I told you, like we gotta do this before Mania. It's like Vince McMahon too. It's any entertainment, anything.
It's all one club, bro. It's all one big club. One big ass stage, and they're all just putting on a show for us. And all the normal people, we ain't got no fucking clue.
I mean, some of us have a clue, but we don't know.
Right,
fully.
some of us, but we're considered like conspiracy theorists, or we got fucking tinfoils on our head. And,
yeah, we're fucking crazy too.
Right. What was crazy is there's truth in it.
So talking about all that, what role do you think hip hop and music in general plays in addressing social issues and advocating for changes in those social issues?
Me personally, little to none, I think.
Really?
Because yes, definitely, because the mainstream promotes nothing but gun violence, gangs, degrading women, taking drugs, selling drugs, just not caring about anything, no respect for authority, no respect for anybody around you, just being a thug and being as gangster as possible, and saying everything revolves around money. Like, that's the message that you get from the mainstream hip hop. But when it goes to underground, that's when you find real messages, real shit that actually hits home, music that can make you cry, shit like that. You know what I mean?
So do you think that could actually rise up and make a change in the music industry?
I feel like underground music has been doing that for years, but it's underground for a reason, because it's not mainstream, you know? Like,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of artists grind their ass off from underground to become mainstream, but you know what I mean?
I mean, Tech Nine being one of them. Tech Nine started off underground, and now look at him. He's doing fucking halftime shows at fucking the Chiefs.
Right, but what's crazy is I would still consider that underground. That's his own shit. He's still he's the underground. I wouldn't say he's the underground king, but he's one of the underground kings.
I would say he's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the same with ICP right now though. They're kind of on everything that I never thought they'd be on, and that's the same with Tech.
Well, that's because, for one, they had their shit with Eminem. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is a lot of ICP fans, a lot of juggalos, they thought that was real shit when it really wasn't. Eminem and then they actually got along to an extent. Eminem wanted to be a part of Inner City Posse. And
I didn't know all that, because I thought it all stemmed from Eminem doing that flyer shit. And to be honest, it seems really petty of ICP.
Kind of. So I got the pleasure of talking to Blaze Your Dead Homie personally. I opened up for him, so I got to actually literally talk about like what was going on at that fucking time period. So like me idolizing Eminem, you know what I mean, as a human being, just growing up type shit. Like, I was just like, what? This is insane that I'm here in this moment talking to you about that I idolized my entire fucking life. Like, and it's just like, it's like seeing it from a whole different perspective than what you're used to hearing from the mainstream or from people, rumors or whatever. Like, when you actually hear it from someone who was there, it's completely different. You know what I mean?
That's probably still when he was just coming out too, because I remember that whole beef was like right before Blaze dropped.
He told me all about fucking Eminem shooting the paintballs at the truck and all that shit. I'm like, what?
Being a part of that real time and then hearing like hearing the disses, it's like, oh, that really happened.
And then when you think about like the shit that we consider disses or whatever, like that's why I don't look at it that like that ain't no real beef. That is not real. Like me and Bill Griffin shit. Like, that wasn't no real beef. That wasn't no shit like people dying because you're saying this and you know what I mean, like shit like that. That was no real shit. It's all fake. It's all fucking.
What did Biggie say? Beef is when you need 2 gas to go to sleep.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. It's just everything these days is all like drama. There's no let's collaborate and let's get to the top and let's work together. It's I'm better than you. I'm always going to be better than you. You're nothing but a bitch. You suck at rap. Blah blah blah. Like that's all I hear anymore. And it's just And it's so tiring. It gets exhausting, you know what I mean, over a long period of time, just seeing the same
It's like
shit
I see it so
over.
much, and I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna still do it though.
Like the whole me saying that music isn't a competition. I never once said that hip hop wasn't a competition. I said that music isn't a competition. When it comes down to you just making me picking up this guitar right here and just playing guitar, there's no fucking competition in there. I'm not trying to be better than the next person. Nothing. I'm just making music.
So we talked about this. I think it was with Enoch. And what do you think about, like, if you in tune, right? If you in tune do a song, there's still some competition in that, because you're like, wait, your verse was fire. I gotta come harder.
No competition. Nothing to me. There was no competition. It was just I said what I had to say in the best way that I could say it, and you say what you had to say the best way you could say it. You say that. That's all it is.
Because I was saying it like more of the lines of like, maybe competition isn't the right word. Maybe bringing the better out of somebody. Like Enoch did a verse for me.
I feel like you definitely brings the best out of you. Yes, you're like, you definitely want to be the best person you can be at all times. And a lot of people, I think that's what they lack. A lot of people think like, I can't do this, or I can't do that because of this. But the fact of the matter is they don't even try to apply themselves, so they'll never even know if they truly can do it.
Like when people say they can't make music, it's like you can.
You haven't tried.
When I first started, it was harder to get microphones and everything. You know what I mean? Like you had to go find the right one, yada yada. But now this shit to make music is readily available at your fingertips at any given time for a low ass price. If you just want to get started,
you can make music, hit songs, good quality songs on BandLab. I've heard it. Matter of fact, I'm not joking. I'm not joking one bit. E-Man's done it. Burner 420's done it. Come Up, Stay Up's done it. By the way, I'm doing a song with both of them and E-Man. And
Burner 420, is that like Burner, like the rapper? Or is that his whole name, Burner 420?
Burner 420, that's his name.
Okay.
He's a rapper and content creator on TikTok.
I think I've heard of him before.
Yeah, he's got like, I think almost 1 million followers, or already 1 million. He's done a lot of shit. He's all over on YouTube. He's got plaques and all that shit.
He did that face tattoo shit with Tune, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
And then what else? I got a bunch of new music on the way. A bunch.
That's what I was just gonna ask you. What projects you got going
on? Let's see here. I got,
because Mars and the Boys isn't a group, right? That's just the name of the project.
I see it as we're a group and I'm the lead singer. But we're gonna have other projects like Tuning the Boys and stuff like that.
All right.
But as far as new projects, I'm sure you guys probably heard that I'm working with FJ Outlaw. We got a song called Atmosphere coming out here soon.
I've recently seen you post about that.
I'm extremely excited to hear what that's going to sound like when it's all put together.
He's a fucking problem, bro.
Yeah. When he sent me the little snippet of what he did, because I basically just paid him for the feature, you know what I mean? And he just sent me the snippet of him in the studio. He's like going crazy in the studio, fucking zooming in and out and shit. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, it was just so unreal. It's like, I was sitting there like trying to put it together in my head, like, holy shit, like he just sent me this. And I was like,
this is him sending me this for me.
Right. And then he's like, me and Mars gonna hop out the whip and taking these pussy boys out of here or something. What'd he say? I'm about to take them up out of this bitch like I'm leaving the atmosphere. Pull over Mars when we hop out the car, bitch. We taking these pussy boys out of here. When I heard that, I was like, what? Pull up with Mars taking these pussy boys out of here. It made me feel so good. I was like, damn. Because like I'm just a small town fucking nobody, bro. I've grown up here in Frankfort, Indiana my entire life, born and raised. And there's like 16,000 people here. And when I pass 16,000 on TikTok, I was like, holy shit, I got more followers than I do the whole entire population in my hometown. And once you start thinking that, it's like, whoa, I'm doing this on a decent level. Like I'm doing numbers. Like I'm doing something with this. And you just got to keep going. You can't ever doubt yourself because you can make anything a reality.
So you said you had a project with Godspeed. Is that like a single or y'all doing something together?
Yeah, it's a single called Jetpack.
All right.
We got a single coming out, and then me and Flatline for Real got some shit coming out. Who else? Me and Blind Fury gonna have some shit coming out here soon.
Blind Fury, bro. I like that. It might have taken him a little while, but I'm glad he's still getting his flowers, bro. He's a savage.
Yeah, definitely. Whole bunch of people. Got a whole list of people. For real. That's kind of what I'm all about this year, is just working with as many artists as possible, make as many dope tracks as possible.
I mean, it helps for everybody too. You know what I mean? Like, because people who have never heard of the other artists that are like fans of you will hear them.
Right.
People that are fans of like them but never heard of you, it's like vice versa.
Right. And as long as the artist is serious and they take their shit seriously, I don't have no problem working with them. But I cannot work with the people that just like, when I tell them, okay, this is how much it is for a feature, and they're like, oh, but you could no, or they're just playing, you know what I mean? Like they just want to waste my time. I don't got time for that. If you want to work, send the money, send the beat. Let's get to talking about an idea, a message that we want to put inside the song that we want to tell to the people, or you know what I mean, we want to resonate with our people, and then that's it. You know what I mean? We get in the studio, get to work, get to writing.
So let's do the segment where I ask you about some rappers. This one's always fun.
Right.
I love this one because it's hit or miss, but it's always a fun time. Let's start off. I always start off pretty easy. So what you think about Cartoon?
Cartoon, that's my motherfucking homie. And what's crazy is like I just like found him scrolling on TikTok and we were doing open verse challenges. And then now we're like straight up homies, and now we got music together, and you know what I mean? Now like I don't know, it's just nice to have someone who does the same thing that I do. You know what I mean? It's nice to have someone who understands what it's like to be an artist and have an artist friend. Like, because a lot of people, they just want to, like you said, I mean, it's just all competition.
Yeah. Listen. Let's touch on that real quick. I have grown out of that state. I feel like I wouldn't be working with who I've been working with lately if I hadn't. You know what I mean? So
that's kind of that's how you know that you're growing, and not only as a human being, but as an artist. That's how you know that you know what I mean. This is more than just competing with the next person, or this is more than just I'm better than this person, or I can do better than this person. Like it's okay to think I can do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever. But there shouldn't be a mindset of you. Oh, I'm going to be better no matter what. Like. That dude sucks. I'm always gonna be better. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be like that.
I was talking to Chris and Tune about it on their interviews. It's like everybody is in their own type of lanes. You know what I mean? Like I can say when I think somebody better than me, like I told Tune I think he's better than me. He's like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, it's everybody in their own type of lane. I'm in a different lane than you. Right. I don't think I'm awful, but I don't think I'm as good as him with his wordplay and the shit that he says. You know what I mean? And he goes, and he said the same thing. That's because
of level. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. And that's okay. There's okay to be levels because there needs to be levels in order for you to know where you're at. You know what I mean? Because you start out at the very bottom, just like I did, paying for all my studio equipment myself, doing open mics around town, to doing paying plays. You know what I mean?
He said open mics, man. That was so long ago. I used to do the same shit.
Though, like that's how it starts. Like if you're a serious artist, you're going to do whatever it takes to get your name out there, and that includes open mics. That includes going to every single show that's free, putting yourself out there as much as possible, putting yourself all over Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that shit. You got to put yourself everywhere if you actually truly want to make it.
That's why I've been doing these too, because it's nice to get to know the artist and it's a different thing. You know what I mean? They get to see everybody in a different light other than just the music.
Right.
So, all right. What about? No, I'm not going to touch on that one. What about Mike Tech?
Mike Tech, he's a cool ass dude too, and I met him on TikTok as well, and we just kind of clicked. And I heard his skit on the Mars and the Boys, and I was like, I just lost it. He's like, right far, ah! I was just like, jeez,
That dude
they
is
killed
ridiculous.
me.
I
I
think-
wasn't really for the skits at first, and I was like, we need skits. You know what I mean? We need skits.
It's funny because like I feel like not until recently skits kind of got lost. When I remember like listening
Now
to the
they're
album, you
coming- now
always
they're coming
heard
back.
skits.
Yeah, I feel like there was skits like back on the old Eminem albums and shit, like Slim Shady LP and shit like that, like the
Right.
Paul skits and shit like that. So I felt like, and I'm pretty sure ICP did them as well. So like it's just necessary. I mean, it tells the story to the album type shit, and that's what I think it's all about. It's about telling the story.
It definitely helps tell the story for sure.
Right. Because if you do it properly, you can even put different perspectives, you know what I mean, on the songs that you're making and shit. You know what I mean? Like, damn, oh, so this is what it's about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can just do different things. It's all about drawing that attention. I think when it comes to music or content creation, it's all about creating that hook
Right.
that grabs them in and like, oh, damn, what is this? Like that's what it's all about. I'm pretty sure, from my experience, that's what I think.
That's what I think it's about. You gotta, because I'm gonna pass. Like if something doesn't hook me right away, I'm just gonna keep going. You know what I mean?
You have to grab the viewer's attention or the listener's attention.
If you don't have me within the first 30 seconds, I'm done.
I feel like I've gotten a lot of my shit because my teeth are fucked up and the way I look, I just look normal. I don't look like what you would think a rapper looks like. You know what I mean?
I got fucked up too.
Like, I feel like just that alone brought a lot of attention to me, especially when I first started out. Like I lost over 40,000 followers because of the whole Bill Griffin beef and all that shit. So I should have just went ahead and dropped that fucking diss. This shit was hard. I don't give a fuck. That shit went hard.
You posted a video about it on TikTok, didn't you? Because I thought I heard something.
That's what got my account, bro. I posted the Kill Bill diss. That's what it's called. It's called Kill Bill. And then either he mass reported it or he had his entire fucking fan base mass reported it. And
Chris
then
told
next
me-
thing you know, my whole account just gone. Couldn't log into it. I'm like,
We started talking about
What the
face
fuck?
tattoos. Me and Chris, I was like, man, I need to get more face tattoos. He goes, no, you got fucked up teeth. It was just like, that's all you need. He's like, if you don't have face tattoos, you just need fucked up teeth. He was like, that's what
real
it's
though, it
about.
draws attention because that's all they care about. That's all these motherfuckers talk about. Is my teeth. That's all they can say. They can't say shit else because I got numbers. My music does well. I'm doing collaborations with bigger artists. I do shows. I've done tours. I got my own merch. I got a brand. I got LLC. I got all my shit. They can't say shit.
Real quick, congratulations on that, by the way. I seen that on your Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm working on opening up a recording studio.
Hell yeah. In Indiana, obviously.
Yeah, here in Frankfurt.
Hell yeah. So what this is going to be brought up because we talked about your Nothing to Me song. What you think about Plague Nation?
So at first I didn't have no problem with Plague at all. I don't even know how really Plague got all mixed up in it. Plague is a fan, like he's on the fan tour. They're all on the fan tour. I'm not joking. They're all JDHD, the one that burnt my hat, Plague Nation, Bucky Boy.
Yeah. And now
They're,
they all have fucking beef with you.
They're all on the fan tour. You know what I mean? And yeah, now it's like they all have beef with me because I said that shit's not a competition. Which that makes me think the entire time they're just like, well, then you're not hip hop. You're just a guest of hip hop and blah, blah, blah. Of course I'm a guest of hip hop. I learned this shit over years and years and years. I didn't just wake up like, bitch, I'm hip hop.
I wouldn't say
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say you were a guest. I wouldn't say that. I feel like you're better than a guest. You might be a student.
I think, all right, student, yes. But at the same time, I do also recognize that hip hop and rap comes from black culture, and to I don't want to be that person who's white that and they try to say that I'm just trying to be black. You know what I mean? Because that's
Look
not
at,
at all what it is.
but
I'm
Bucky's
just being
white.
me.
Bucky's hella white, and he's rapping.
I'm just saying, bro. There's people out there that look like, oh, you're just trying to be black. Like, no, and that's not even at all what it is. You can't be a color. You are who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's just what it is, and that's what it boils down to. Like, I am who I am. I make the music I make, and I'm just trying to be me. I'm not trying to be nobody else but me.
So what you think about Enoch? He's my favorite rapper. I'm just gonna throw that out
Enoch
there.
is extremely unique. The first time I heard him, he's definitely extremely unique. Wishmaster, flip a coin in the well.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then he had the whole Evil Dead shit. I'm really into like horror flicks and shit like that.
Yep.
So he had the whole Ash and Army of Darkness with the fucking chainsaw and shit in the book. Shit was
I told him straight out. I was like, at first, it was his voice that wasn't getting me. I'm big on voices when it comes to music, but when I listened to like his flow,
I feel what you're saying. I got that same kind of vibe a little bit. I was like,
yeah.
And then I listened to the lyrics a little bit more. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, damn.
Right. He's like grimy old school to me, is what it was. You know what I mean? It brought back that essence from back in the day.
And I feel like that's what it's about. I feel like that's what a lot of people like about me is because I got that like 90s style hip hop swag to me type shit.
And your voice is like you know when you come on a song too, though. You know what I mean? You can tell that's you.
Yeah.
And that's what he got is you know that's Enoch when he hits the track. Like, I don't know, there's just something about and his whole aesthetic, like you were saying, the horror movies and shit. I think that's what you got too, though, with like the aliens and all that. You know, I think it's real eye catching for both y'all. What y'all do?
Yeah, he's definitely got a little thing going on. That's for sure. He's also going to be at the Invasion show June 8th in Lebanon, Indiana, at the Echo Room.
The Invasion show, is that? Are you putting that on?
Yes, that's the Marsden Boys show.
Okay,
with Split Side Management.
Because I've seen another, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're from like Illinois area, Outsiders Music Group. They had like a Invasion show too. So that's why I was like, are you putting that on or is that with them?
Maybe. I might have heard of them before.
They're not bad. It's the homie Bad Idea. He's in it. Havoc Boys, they're pretty good. If you haven't looked them up, y'all would probably sound really good together.
Have to check them out.
But let's go on to another iffy one. What you think about Don Relic?
I'm trying to be nice here. He was a fan as well. And then the whole thing between him and Tune, that just kind of like completely maybe like I don't fuck with this dude no more, respectfully type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that once you see the way someone acts, it's just like you can only give someone a chance until they do some shit that you truly don't fuck with, and then that's just I don't fuck with that person no more. And that's kind of where I'm at with him. No disrespect to him, whatever, but he ran his mouth and you know what I mean, wanted to be on their side and try to talk shit and stir up drama. And they didn't want to talk shit about Tune, but have him on his profile picture. That was like, bro, you're talking shit about this man, but he's on your profile.
I didn't even know all that started like that. I didn't know he was just chilling on his profile picture and he's talking shit.
I don't know. All I know is the drama is stupid and the competition mindset is stupid. Thinking that you're better than the next person is stupid. Just stop. Just spread love and positivity. We don't got much time. You know what I mean? Like, we really don't. Our time is very limited and short here. So this shit just keeps going year by year by year. My kids just keep getting older and older and older. It's like, damn, how are you growing this fast?
I feel that. It's quick. So what you think about Brandon Swanger?
He was another fan that supported me.
I didn't
just
know if
feel
you
like
had beef with him or nothing. He's
I
just
mean
the name that I ask people.
there was no beef. It was just the whole I said the shit I said about music not being a competition or whatever, and they wanted to run their mouths, and that's just what
I
I don't
mean,
do that.
I was a part of that too, but then I came to you like a regular human being. They just kept going.
Right. Like I was being stalked by fucking was it Plague or I don't know, bro. Like that motherfucker blew my shit up on both my main account, backup account, Facebook, YouTube. Like
Dude
if I wouldn't,
Plague,
I would
he's
answer the one they
weird,
just send a
bro.
message to me.
He's
It's
weird.
just crazy.
Like I did that diss to King Wicked, right? And he just out of nowhere, I forgot he existed. I forgot he was on my TikTok. Man,
I forgot he existed.
he doesn't matter to me, bro. Like no disrespect. Like he just isn't somebody that I listen to. You know what I mean? And then he popped up. He's like, "Oh, King Wicked would body you." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, whatever you
said
said.
that?
Plague Nation. And I was like, I
mean,
dropped the diss, and I
feel
still
like the
ain't
whole
seen King
competition
Wicked
thing
fucking do anything.
childish. I feel like the whole beef thing is just childish. I'm too grown for all that shit. I got more shit on my plate, more important stuff to do with my life. You know what I mean? Like I'm really trying to elevate in this life. I'm not trying to stay where I'm at for too long.
Oh, that was the last diss that I was doing this year. I'm not doing no more, but that one was worth it. I'll tell you that.
I feel like I'll do some shit like Nothing to Me, where like I'm just speaking on a certain subject type shit that they're going to get all the feelings about. But like I'm not going to sit down and put you in the fucking song and give you clout and give you attention just because you want it. That's not happening.
So what you think? Do you know Zach Tier?
Yeah, I know Zach Tier. We're actually about to do some music. I'm pretty sure.
What you think about Zach?
I think Zach is extremely talented. He actually reminds me of me a little bit. I can see the work ethic in him. I can see the way that he makes music. I can see that he actually is serious about it, especially when he made that what was that damn video? The Oliver,
the Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond, North of Richmond remix. Yeah,
he did really good with that video.
He did great. He did great. He did a great job, and that's why I like to see my fellow artists making artistic shit like that. Like it's more than just
and doing that bullshit.
Yeah, because it's so much more than just music. Like when you're able to put, for instance, Brian Foster, my videographer, that's my homie too. With We Are Media, he made a song, and the artistry in the video it just put a whole new perspective on the song and let you see what he was really talking about, and it was about, you know what I mean.
He did the Nothing to Me. He did the Nothing to Me video, right?
Yeah, he's done all my music videos.
Yeah,
that's my
video.
Yeah.
That video is fucking insane.
That's my god. My number one go-to.
Yeah, that video was insane. I do, yeah, like that whole concept to that video, the way it was filmed, that video was sick.
He's a visual wizard. That's all I can say.
Now, when did y'all go somewhere, or is that like a studio place, or was that just somewhere y'all knew?
Nothing to Me was shot at the Maryland Rose Center, and so was Paper Cuts.
Okay. What is that for people like me who might not know what that is?
The Maryland Rose Center is basically like another venue, but they have art and stuff. Like it's kind of like a place where artists can go and make art and show off and display what they made. And it's also like got stages where artists can come and perform, so vendors can set up. It's kind of like that. It's an old Frito-Lay factory. That's what it is. It's an old Frito-Lay factory that they turned into like a. I'm serious. It's super dope. Like
no, I would say that's pretty sick.
They got some pretty dope artists coming through. Kasky, they got a Kasky mural because Kasky was there, shot a video there. He did a thing where, because Kasky was making art for a little while, and he spray painted his own art there. There's a bunch of cool shit that's happened at the Maryland Rose Center.
I never heard of that. And they just let you like rent it out to do stuff like that?
What
do y'all just do?
Pretty much. or either that or the owner will host events themselves,
All right.
basically.
Cause that like clown stand, like that circus stand out where Tune was, that shit's pretty sick.
Yeah, well, that was because in the basement of the place they did a haunted house.
Oh, okay.
So that was part of the haunted house.
So this can go into one of my questions because we were talking about earlier. How do you handle criticism and negative with the pressure of being in the industry?
All right, so that's actually a really, really good question. At first, I was real defensive. Like, I felt like I had to respond to all hate comments. I had to respond to all the people that were talking shit or, I mean, like, I don't know. I just felt like it really bothered me at first. And then over time, after losing accounts or getting videos taken down and violations and getting banned and this and that and this and that from responding over and over and over and just giving them attention because that's all they want. They just want attention. You know what I mean? The haters, that's all they want. They just want your attention. And if you continue to feed it to them, they're going to continue to hate. They're going to continue to be there. I mean, you're going to have haters regardless, but there's certain ones that are just there to poke your fucking buttons and just to fuck with your emotions and shit. And I feel like you got to be stronger than that. And I got to a point where I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you talk about. I don't care what you're talking about my teeth or the way I look or the way I sound or my music's trash or this or that. Because at the end of the day, I'm out here living. And if me being alive bothers you, you're the one with the problem, not me.
Right. Right. I can agree with that. Can you talk about a memorable moment that influenced you on your artistic journey through hip hop? Like anything specifically that stands out?
Lots of things. All right, so I grew up going to concerts. I actually listened to Christian metal back in the day and regular metal after because
Let's
my
talk
family
about
was
what were the bands?
what were the bands like Demon Slayer, Demon Hunter, and like Azalea Dying, Haste the Day, POD,
Okay. I was about to say because
Blindside,
POD,
like
As I Lay
all
Dying,
sorts of different.
I seen POD
Well, I got a
live.
crazy story about POD. Well, that's I saw POD at the Egyptian Raw Theater in Indianapolis, and Sonny, the lead singer with the
Yeah.
long dreads, he held me up on his shoulders. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember he held me up on his shoulders and gave me a microphone and let me tell the crowd where I was from. So like at a very, very young age, I'm been used to being in front of crowds.
Yeah.
So it's not like I get anxious or anxiety or anything like that or nervous. I will say I get nervous on like really, really, really big shows because like I'm nervous about my own performance. I'm not nervous about the crowd. I'm nervous about am I gonna fuck up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
But
can feel that.
other than that, like I've just always been around music and live shows and crowds and shit like that. Maybe not always, but for a long period of my life I have. And then when I was like in my teenage years, I was going to shows here at the American Legion, hosted by Split Side Management OS7, and they had all sorts of people coming through, and they were doing hip hop shows, and I was in the crowd. You know what I mean, watching that, and that made me also enjoy. You know what I mean, the whole hip hop scene and live performances, and I don't know, bro. It just kind of grew on me over time. It's just who I think it's just who I'm born to be. I just didn't know it. You know what I mean? For a long time, I
Yeah.
just didn't know who I was.
I feel that. Can you discuss the significance of storytelling in your lyrics and the messages you aim to convey to your audience?
So, what do you mean by like significance of it? Like the seriousness of each song.
Yes, sir.
So I would say the seriousness of each song can be different each time that I write the song because sometimes the song is serious. I mean, sometimes it's actually got a real message about addiction or mental health or suicidal thoughts or whatever. And then sometimes it's just I'm rapping. So like the ones where I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm just rapping. I'm just putting bars together to sound cool, saying cool shit. You know what I mean? That's basically all that is. But when I'm actually like making songs like Sober Up or like What You Know or something like that, I actually sit down and I put an actual message in there of what I'm trying to convey. I mean, like whether it's about struggle, whether it's about depression or you just lost a loved one, or you know someone who's drinking too much and you want them to stop, or a love letter, you just dealt with a breakup. I mean, all sorts of different scenarios that you can write about.
Like you kind of let
But
people know that you go through it just like they go through it.
right, that's kind of what it is. It's kind of I kind of personally believe that my creator made me this way to do these things and to go through the things that I went through in order for me to be a voice for the other people that are going through the shit that I've already suffered through and already went through.
All right, I could feel that. It's almost like a voice of the voiceless type shit.
Yeah.
So, would you have any kind of advice for anybody that's about to get into the game, like day one?
Be ready. Be ready.
That's a vague statement, but I understand it fully at the same time.
Be ready. Yo, be like, just be ready. Yo, be ready for all sorts of different things, surprises. Don't trust too many people. I wouldn't say trust anybody at all. I would very, very much watch your surroundings, watch how people move, make sure that you work your ass off, continue to do as much things as you can to give you as many opportunities possible. That's what I would say. You mean get to know the area, get to know the industry, get to know the people, the connections. It's all about networking. And if you don't know how to network, if you don't know about marketing, if you don't know about the business side, you're not going to make it very far in the industry.
That's good advice, though. Like, just be ready.
For real, be ready. I wasn't necessarily ready. I didn't know what all this shit came with. I thought I could just rap, drop music, and that's it.
Right.
Nah,
right.
that's not at all. You got to make content. You got to promote that music. You gotta know the marketing side of shit. You got to look. You know what I mean? You got to give people something that they want.
Now, do you?
They got to want.
How
to
long you
listen to it.
been? How long you been making music for?
I've been making music since I was like 4 years old.
Now, how old are you?
I am 30 now.
Okay, so do you think it's easier now to try to push to an audience than it was back in the day when we'd have to usually just give CDs with like our demo on it and like word of mouth?
Well,
Do you think it's easier to do that with the technology we have?
I mean, I still give out CDs and stuff, but I really didn't know nothing about that at a young age. I didn't really start taking my music seriously until let's see, you're probably like 5-6 years ago,
Yeah,
probably
I
something
can
like
feel
that.
that. But I feel like I didn't have all of this shit that we have now when I first started. I was like, when I started just thinking I could rap, I was like 12, 13. And like I was making mixtapes with, I'd write on it and give it to people. You know what I mean? And now like you could just be like, yo, go check out my TikTok. Here's all my links. This is where I'm at.
Yeah,
I feel like
everything's
it's a
online.
little easier.
I mean, it is, but it's not because you have to create that audience. You have to create a fan base. You got to create a relationship with the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just drop music and then that's it. Like you got to drop music and then when people comment, thank you. You know what I mean? How's your day? How you been? Blah blah blah. Let them know that you're not just one of these stuck up ass artists that doesn't give a shit about the people.
I'm low key terrible at commenting back because it's not like I'm stuck up or anything like that. I just literally forget and don't know how to talk to people sometimes. Like my social anxiety get the best of me.
I'll even do fucking just emojis or whatever. Like I do like the flex emoji with the 100 sign and the
Yeah.
alien emoji, or I mean just anything like that, just to show that I support them. You know what I mean? Not necessarily message every single person, but like just a little something here and there. You know what I mean? Let people know like, yeah, I'm watching them. I'm watching what you're doing. You know what I mean? I support you.
Yeah. So, do you have any dream collabs that are either far fetched or reachable?
I thought FG Outlaw was far fetched. That was definitely a dream collab that I don't know how the fuck I made that happen. But I'd say Blind Fury would definitely be another one. Obviously Eminem for sure, or Wayne. That'd be fucking
Somebody else said
Insane.
that, and I was like, I get it, because like me too, obviously, but I feel like Marshall has very select few people that he wants to work with ever.
But what's crazy is those people get to work with him. Like the kid that he signed, like he signs people. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he watch people. So like, imagine just making a song, and then you just see on your Instagram like Eminem just fucking like your shit. Like,
like wait a minute.
hold on. You know what I mean? Like, wait, that's kind of how
I didn't even think you went on the
with
internet.
that's how I felt with the whole FJ Outlaw thing, and like I had struggled Jennings, and I think I've had Millie's, and I've had all sorts of different famous people or semi-famous people comment on my shit and tell me that I'm doing a good job or I'm doing the right thing or I'm on the right path and shit like that. Just
that's how you know you're doing good, though.
It just makes me feel really good that I'm finally doing something with my life, because my entire life I've been a piece of shit. I've been a thief. I've been a convict. You know what I mean? I've been an addict.
I can
I've
relate.
been everything.
I can relate to everything you just said.
You know what I mean? I've been to the bottom of the bottom, and I may not look like I know much, but I've survived things that should have killed me. I should be dead, but somehow I'm still alive.
You wasn't meant to. It's all back to that. You was meant to do what you do.
I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to be who I am. It's all destiny and shit.
I like to and shit after that. Like it got emotional, but like it's all destiny and shit. So besides, you said you had a few projects coming on. Is there anything you can put out there for your projects? Like any name titles to albums or any group projects besides, Mars and the Boys and Tune and the Boys?
Well, me and FJ, we got that song called Atmosphere. That's gonna be coming out here soon. I believe that's actually being dropped on his platform, which is incredibly awesome.
That's
a blessing in
insane.
itself.
That's hell yeah.
Then Jetpack with Godspeed, Cutting Up with Flatline for Real. Me and J Flow, we got like 4. I think we got like an EP or something like that. I think it's like an EP coming up.
Real quick, since I know he gonna watch. Fuck you, J Flow.
Fuck you, J Flow. No, but I actually gave him a really good verse. What was that? See if I can find that.
Nah, bro. When he was posting some shit, because everybody calls me the diss king because I had a bunch of disses. And so he was like, "Oh, I need some clout. Somebody make a diss track about me." And he tagged my artist page. And I was like, "Bro, I don't even know you to diss you." I was like, so every time I can, I'm just like, "Fuck J Flow."
This is one of the verses I did for him. This is the one that Cartoon said I'm a juggalo because of this verse.
Oh,
he's like, it's the most hated and heavily underrated. Take control over your playlist. One day I'ma be the greatest serial killer psychopath while I'm licking on the blade tip. Crazy motherfucker, really not the one to play with. Step inside the studio, prepare a stupid flow. Tear the roof up off this bitch. Where the hell the roof just go? I'ma let my Nina sing and she gonna hit like every note. Like I'm Tony Hawk, bitch. They know I'm grinding like a pro. I be floating on the track like I'm riding in a boat. Yeah, they know I got the crack. This is not your average coke. Every show is getting packed, then it's right back to the road. Yeah, I keep them coming back like they're attached to a rope.
Yeah, I could see where he would say that. I think it was the blood off the knife shit. I think that's where he was like, no, that's a juggalo.
Yeah. But I feel like that's not necessarily a juggalo thing, because to me, I was listening to Eminem before ICP, and to me, Eminem was more gruesome and more detailed.
I wouldn't say juggalo, but it's definitely like it fits more in a horrorcore genre, that verse.
Yeah, it's definitely that
because ICP didn't invent horrorcore. All the juggalos gonna be pissed off at me now, but they didn't invent horrorcore. That wasn't their thing.
Right, like there was definitely horrorcore for a long time.
like the Ghetto Boys and 3-6, if you look up, like they're technically horrorcore artists because of the imagery that they put in some of their songs.
3-6 is definitely to me it would be horrorcore. They got a lot of, if you listen to the lyrics, like they got some really fucked up shit.
It's their lyrics, but what gets me is like the lyrics over their fucking down south ass beats. It's like this is horrorcore, but it's not. Like it's like a hybrid in its own.
It's it's satanic, that's for sure.
Oh, I mean the name didn't give it away, did it?
Right, but like I didn't notice that at first, you know what I mean? Like I grew up hella Christian, you know what I mean? Like I said, like I was extremely Christian, went to Christian school and all that stuff. Had like Christian television, all that. So like when I listened to 3-6 Mafia, I didn't put two and two together like 666 Mafia, you know what I mean? 666.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that when I was a kid either, listening to him. Like that wasn't the first thing. Like it was just sipping on some scissor.
But once you actually listen to the lyrics in 3-6, it's like this shit's dark. Like this shit really, old 3-6, like old 3-6 Mafia is definitely dark as hell.
I mean, that's like, do you listen to the Ghetto Boys?
Yeah.
That's the Ghetto Boys too. Like my mom playing tricks on me and all that. Like that's all the way fucked up.
Yeah, same people like Brother Lynch Hung and a lot of people, a lot of artists that are out there that spit some crazy shit.
Brother Lynch Hung is definitely on my list of people to do shit with. He's a savage in his own right.
That'd be insane, bro. I think it's crazy that Seuss Mace is out here doing stuff with Tech Nine. That's insane. That's inspiration for me. Like, if
you know
that
what's crazy to me? I never heard of him until Hearst. I didn't even know who he was until I heard the song he did with Hearst Man or Hearst Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Seuss Mace out here killing it.
And then I seen everybody start getting tracks with Seuss Mace. I was like, bro, I didn't even know who that dude was until Hearst Boy showed me his fucking track with him.
Seuss has been out here killing it for sure. When I found him, I knew immediately he was an artist. I feel like there's a difference between a rapper and an artist.
What's the difference? Because I agree.
So like, there's rappers, and then there's actual artists that actually put a message in everything into. They put their all into it, and they create it into. They have a vision in their head and they make it reality. That's an artist. A rapper is just rapping. I'm just putting words together on a beat. Sounds cool. It don't have no message. It don't necessarily have no substance to it. It don't have
Gucci gang, Gucci
nothing.
gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Right. That's a rapper. But at the same time, I would say that you could be an artist like that because that could be your image. That could be your you know what I mean, your alter ego or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That could be like, because I feel like Lil Pump has to be pretty educated in order to get to where he's been in life. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
He knows a lot about marketing. He knows a lot about numbers.
Yeah.
He knows how to get rich. So like, he can't be dumb. You know what I mean? It's not like he's dumb. He's a marketing genius. He knows what the kids want to hear.
You know Vinny Paz, right?
Yeah.
I think he said it the best though. He goes, you need people like Lil Pump and the fucking Migos, because if you listen to me while you're out partying, you're just gonna fight somebody or shoot up the club. It was like, them motherfuckers are having fun, and like I feel like I don't listen to Lil Pump, but he's doing something right because he's way better off than us.
That's why I also want to be that artist, especially when I did the community show. When I did the free show in my hometown, like they wanted family friendly music, so that made me like realize how much I have that was actually family friendly and how much that I had that wasn't, and almost everything is all explicit. So that made me want to sit down and actually make a family friendly album, or maybe not necessarily family friendly, but community friendly. I mean, radio play songs that could be played on the radio,
right,
and stuff like that. Which I feel like Bad would be kind of like that, or Good Night. I mean, I got some, but I feel like it needs to be more of a variety of family friendly stuff, because
I've been cussing a lot less in my shit. Like you'll catch it once or twice, but I feel like I've been trying to like make it more.
I cuss like a sailor, but
Me too, but I'm saying in my music.
I also make. I mean, I cuss like a sailor in my music too, but I also
Yeah.
make music that where I'm actually purposely trying to sound dope without all the cussing, without all because I feel like all the cussing does is really like add emphasis to what you're saying. It just adds that.
It's sentence enhancers for like if you're trying to get that emotion in there.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that's really all it is. Or if you, but if you're able to still do that without cussing, like if you're able to still bring that emotion and still do all those things without using curse words, yeah,
Yeah.
that's another level.
I mean, I've tried to be like, yo, I'm gonna bust your head open, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking bust your head open, and it sounds way better. Do you have any like pre-writing rituals or anything you do to get into that zone to motivate you to do your shit?
I wouldn't say like rituals, but I definitely write off the inspiration.
Not like rituals, not like people like, doing spells, but is there anything you do all the time before you write?
So I freestyle, but I only keep what I like, if that makes sense.
No, I do the same shit. Like I barely be writing. You know what I mean? Like when I hear a beat, I'll spit some things and then I'll go back, and that's how I do my shit. So
Right.
like I
Hold
can
on. I
understand
gotta
it.
be a dad.
Hey, that's cool. Intermission. Mars Hall being a fascia. While you're all here, go check out Mars Hall on all platforms. He got some new shit. Go hit him up on Facebook or any social media if you want a Mars Hall and the Boys CD. I think they got shirts coming. If not, I know he got hats and shirts. But it's intermission from Mars to be your dad.
All right, I'm back.
So I just told the people still watching while you were going to do your dadly duties where to find you and to hit you up on all your social medias if you wanted any Mars Hall and the Boys stuff or any of your merch.
Sweet.
All right. So I have, what else do I have? So what kind of legacy would you like to leave when you're passed on through your music?
Actually, that's why I do this. I do this so that I can leave something behind because I don't want to be that person who lives an entire lifetime but has nothing to show for it, or they're in their 70s, or you mean whatever around that age, and they're just living a whole entire life full of regret because they're like, I wonder what I could have done if I actually would have done what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Instead of just living life without actually living. Because I feel like there's a difference between being alive and just living life, like actually living life. You know what I mean? Like you could be alive just sitting here, whatever, you know what I mean, doing whatever. Actually living life when you're actually doing things and out in the community and out in the world and getting somewhere and growing a name and a foundation. Like once you set that foundation, it's only up. You know what I mean? You can only build. That's all you can do. Once you set your foundation, build.
Hell yeah. So tell the people where your next few shows are. How many you got coming up?
I got 3 shows coming up. We got the 420 show in Indianapolis, Indiana for the 420 Fest at the Maryland Rose Center. Me and
they can
Mars
get tickets
boys,
from you.
What?
They can get tickets from you, correct?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if there's tickets. I think there is some tickets, but it's not like a lot of tickets like I would have at normal shows. You just come show up and have tickets or pay at the door type shit. But that's going to be a crazy ass event. There's so many different artists that are going to be there. And then after that, we got a show, the Invasion show, which is in Lebanon, Indiana, at the Echo Room. That's going to be on June 8th. And then that's me, Mars and the Boys, Split Side Management, For Real, Murky, Big Skids, Enoch, Ex Mortis, Hippie, Womp Thing. I think that's everyone. A bunch of different artists.
That's the one that's on Tune's country song that he put out, right? Feet on the Ground. Because I'm just like Big Skits.
Yes, yeah.
Like I'm just hearing him, and he's fucking dope, bro. He's
also Big Skits, super dope. That's my homie. We Indiana brethren.
I mean, if that's the case, stick Chris right around the corner than you too. Yeah. Yep. I'm actually working on a project with him, and it's kind of like about how I used to be a piece of shit, and now I'm coming into realizing that it's not worth it, and that we should make art. We should all be getting along and fucking doing this together instead of just dissing on each other.
Right.
But that would have never happened if I didn't drop that King Wicked disc. So it's one of these things. It's up and down. Like, do I regret putting out that disc? Absolutely not. But like, I'm not gonna perform it or promote it anymore. But it did help me get closer to better people. You know what I mean? It helped people.
Sometimes negative things like that can have positive impacts or put you in a different spot in life. I feel like I said, it's all about levels. So I feel like if I feel like I'm stuck, I need to do whatever it takes possible to get to the next level to where I don't feel like I'm stuck in life.
Yeah. And to be honest, I feel like with what happened, that is why it's going to be my last disc. Like I said, like you said, like I might throw some generals out there, but like I'm not going to go out my way and just diss people.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of ridiculous. So do you make your own beats?
I have, but I have my own producer.
Okay. What's his name? You want to shout him out?
Weecho. Shout out to Weecho. We've been doing it for a long time. We've been doing it since before What You Know.
Yeah, so he made the What You Know beat?
No, actually he didn't. That's actually what is the producer's name? We Are Lost.
Yeah, that's a good beat. I like. That's the first song I think I ever heard from you, and I think that's was on like TikTok.
Yeah, What You Know was definitely the song that put me on the map.
I mean, it had everything that you needed, bro. The catchy hook, the lyrics in between, the video to go with it.
I had no idea it was going to blow up the way it did. I had no idea it was going to have the reaction it did. I had no idea that so many people would get to see it. Like, I had not a clue. Like, the actual original song that I dropped on YouTube, it's got like over 25,000 views on it.
And listen, do you agree with the statement? A wise bearded man told me that no matter what you do, you should just keep making music, even if it's not getting what you want, because people will always resonate to that one song, like that one. Like, you don't know what people are gonna like.
Always make music. Don't be scared to drop it. Don't be that person like, oh, this isn't good enough, I shouldn't drop it, because there's always going to be someone out there. I swear, there's people out there that like listen to my songs that are garbage, complete poop. Like I would never play that or perform that ever, and they're like, I love that song. So like, you know what I mean? Whatever, just make music.
Somebody gonna like it.
Like it. You're going to establish a fan base. You're going to establish people that dig what you're doing. You're going to find supporters along the way. If you build it, they will come.
You didn't just say that. He using baseball movie quotes.
True. If you build it, they'll come.
All right. So WrestleMania about to come on. So we can wrap this up. Do you want to tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on?
Yeah, you can find me on all platforms. My music you can find on all streaming platforms. My content you can find on Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, all that good shit. Just type in Mars Hall, I'll pop up.
Facebook Reels, if you follow me, I shared his shit earlier, so you could just go on to that video and follow him.
There you go. My main account, I have 2 accounts on TikTok only 2 accounts. So any other account are fake, all of them. So I have like I think 3 of fake accounts going around on TikTok.
You have 3 fucking
official Mars_Hall 2023, which is my main account. If they're not that, or my Mars Hall backup account, which will say Mars Hall backup, they're fake.
Bro, okay, before we wrap this up though, who the fuck is making fake accounts of you?
Oh, there was my first fake account was made back when What You Know first dropped, and I had my first 20,000. That was when me and Bill got into it for the first time. And then
I don't even see that this is irrelevant to me because I don't know that motherfucker. I know you. I don't know the other motherfucker.
There was a bunch of shit that went on. Basically, I got dissed for the first time through this dude named Turtleneck, and he told me, Bill's the one that told me, and then somehow I said some shit to Turtleneck, and he went back and ran his mouth to Bill, and then they all talking shit about everything. It just all became a big dramatic mess. Like it shouldn't have been what it was. Like it wasn't real beef. It was just stupid. It was all for attention and clout and numbers and shit, and I just wasn't with it.
And I told Chris, I was like, bro, we should act like we're beefing so we can get some clout. Because that's all people care about these days.
Yeah, but that's just not the way to do it, bro.
No, but they pay attention. They pay attention when it's disses.
Yeah, they do, but that's what's sad is that like that's what makes them watch is the drama, and like
Yeah.
I don't want that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on. So thank you very much for doing the interview. Always. We're gonna start doing like second rounds again too. Like if you want to come back on at a later time, we could do that, set it up because Toon's gonna come back on, talk some shit. Chris is gonna be a regular on the show when we get other things going on. J Flow is kind of gonna be a regular on the show too.
Hell yeah.
All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you. Go follow him on every platform possible. You know, what he said with the TikTok, make sure you follow him and not the fake accounts.
Yeah.
All right. Much love.
Much love, bro. Much love.